It was, good to see the kids as hard as they worked. And I say that weekly, and some of you believe that, some of you don't. But what I can tell you is they work their tails off every time we go to practice. They work their tails off as a group. They really are accountable to each other, and that's important. And that's the way they came out and played. Obviously, we got some good performances from some guys that haven't played as much, but part of that is due because, I'm talking about Drake probably as much as anybody. He's got a lot of second reps now since Derek went out. So I think when you look at it from that side of it, we've always thought he was talented, and I think he took advantage of an opportunity and did a heck of a job.
Well, Coach, you answered most of my questions regarding. I was going to talk about Johnson and Darbo. Both had 122 and 170 yards respectively. Can you talk about Darbo and his receiving today?
Yeah, Mara played a little bit as a freshman, true freshman, and then sat out all last year. And I think the confidence, and again, for both of them, Rodney, being in a system for a first time and learning a little bit of a different system. They both are very talented, we believe. They both work extremely hard. And, it's nice to see those kind of kids when they get rewarded because of the hard work and what they do. And Amara, when you have Devin on one side and Amara on the other, it maybe opens up some things a little better.
Seemed to tackle well. Was that one of the keys to slowing Tevin Coleman?
Yeah, the one thing we talked about is keeping the ball inside and in front, and I think the guys up front defensively, you could feel them, the Wormleys, Ryan Glasgow, Monet, Godin. You could feel those guys. Andre Pipkins, he played probably 8 to 10 snaps, but you could see the line of scrimmage. And that helps our linebackers, and it helps the whole defense when you get that. I got to give credit with how the kids leverage the football, and that's the biggest part of it. If you're a cutback guy, be a cutback guy. If you're the force guy, be the force guy. If you're chase contained, you got to chase contained. So from that standpoint, I think it was really team defense. We had 2 possessions in there that we really, I know we'll spend a lot of time on tomorrow, but I really think the kids went out there and played on it.
Just to build off that, what does Drake bring? What type of style of running did he bring today, or does he bring in practice?
He's more of a slasher than the others, and I think the one thing he does have is he's got a very good burst. When you look at the gears, and then he's got the ability to take it the distance also.
Steve, over your left.
Brady, if you could talk about the fumble recovery from Tevin in the first quarter, Jake causes it, Monet recovers it. Talk about that play, the impact it had.
Well, it was a huge impact, and he had fumbled the ball 2 plays earlier, and I think it was 2 plays earlier. It may have been 3, but it was guy punches the ball out, guys playing hard, trying to get to the football, and short fields are good for your offense, and that happened a couple times, and turning the ball. And as you all know, we haven't done that very well, and so it's good to get some of those turnovers.
What did the defensive line do differently tonight to help out the linebacker?
Well, I think they played, number one, I think they did a nice job, with their gap integrity. I think that's a big part of it. I think when you get combination blocks, from visual to a pressure key or whatever you're teaching, I think that's a big part of it, and I thought they did a nice job with it.
Eugene, right here in the middle.
Hey, Coach. In the third quarter, with the game still in reach, obviously Indiana's pass offense didn't have the best of games, and there was one drive in particular at the beginning when they were going, up and down and fast pace. How big was that for you guys to get that stop on that first drive in the third quarter?
Well, there's no question. That's one of the possessions I didn't think we were disciplined enough in getting lined up, which we had done a good job all day. And the communication, because we got caught once, not exactly how we needed to be. That's a big part of it. So we just got to keep working. And that was disappointing, but it was good to see how the guys came back.
Brady, earlier this week, you and Greg both.
So is this the opportunity you've been waiting for?
I think just in general, I've been trying to take whatever they give me. If the defense gives me 5 yards, I'll take 5 yards. If defense gives me 30 yards, I'll take 30 yards. But, huge credit to the O-line. I think the expectation is for the position, running backs. Unfortunately, I was forced into position to win the game, but I just tried to do the best I could with it.
Were there times when you wondered if you'd get this big of an opportunity?
Not really. It was just always prepare every day, work hard every day, and then, if they call my number, they call my number.
How big is this for you? Being an Ann Arbor kid, mom's the cheerleading coach. It kind of is almost a perfect script, it seems.
I'm not going to say it wasn't fun. It was nice. I really enjoyed it, but I think it's just focusing on the next week because this is just one game. Getting high on any one game is dangerous. So I think we got to focus on the next one.
I think you stated a bit of a case to get more carries in the future and try to get in that rotation.
Whatever the coaches decide to do is what I'm going to obviously go along with. I support the coaches 100%. If they say, Drake, we need you to carry the ball 40 times, I'll carry the ball 40 times. If they need me to carry the ball 4 times, I'll carry the ball 4 times. If they don't want me to carry it, I won't carry it. But, whatever they ask me to do, I'm going to support it 100%.
How long a haul has it been for you, though, to have the injury, to come back for that and try to carve out a spot on this team?
I'm not going to lie, it sucked. Tearing your ACL wasn't any fun. But I think just with all the people around the program who told me, keep it going, keep learning, keep getting mental reps, doing everything you can so that when they do call your number that you can take advantage of it. I think, today just all that came into fruition, so I think that's great.
This game came at the end of a pretty tumultuous week for the athletic department. What did your team do to tune out distractions and focus on this game this week?
We're always focused on the game. I think in general we're always going to come together anytime anything happens. So we're just going to keep, staying together. We're going to work towards the next week, and we're just going to keep trying to, get a win a week at a time.
But growing up in Ann Arbor, you're an Ann Arbor kid. You know what Michigan football is all about. How difficult is this everything been? With more off the field distractions than what's going on the field. Is it difficult to keep your focus?
No, not at all. Because we're in Shem all the time. We're always around each other. We're always around each other, joking around. Working hard towards the next week. So I think just in general, all of us being around each other to support each other, it really keeps us on track.
Does it say something about the result of this team, though, that you're able to, with all these distractions going on, that you're still able to maintain, a team concept and go out there?
Yeah, I think our team is, I think we're resilient. I think a lot of times people, want to say it's down to this, but never once does our team falter in spirit. We're always trying to make the best of whatever we have, and I think that's an testament to our team.
Were you expecting to get as many carries as you were today, or when did you start to get a sense that you were going to get one?
I didn't know anytime. Just one play at a time. They're like, Drake, go run a play. I was like, okay. Drake, run another play. Okay, I guess I will. Maybe. Whatever they, like I said, whatever the coaches decide to do, I'm always going to support it.
Coach describes you as a slasher. How do you see yourself as a runner?
I just see myself as, if there's ground to take, I'll take it in any way. I'm just going to try and get up the field as fast as I can in any kind of possible way. So be that through someone, be that around someone, I'm just going to do whatever it takes.
You're in that first touchdown, you got up, you jumped right nearly into the fans right there.
Yeah.
What's the emotions running through your head? You're saving the ball after that, or trying to just save that?
I think that was just a complete rush of emotions, you know. I actually, jumped up there and I was like, wait, I need to get down. Like, don't want to do anything dumb, but I think just the first touchdown was, I can't think of any word but magical experience.
Yeah, speaking of
Can
emotion,
you just take us through that play? Like, through your eyes if you can walk through.
I just, I got the ball and then literally it just looked like a gate just opened up and I was like, oh my God, I can just run right through there. Like, it's perfect. There was no one in sight, so I just took it and then, I saw someone like out of the corner of my eye to my right and I was like, okay, time to put on speed. I gotta, get to the end zone before, I mess up this opportunity. So then once I got there, I just was, at first I didn't really realize I scored. I was like, is this real? Because going across the street to coming here, I was like, this is just another touchdown in high school. And I was like, wait, no, this isn't another touchdown in high school. Like, this really just happened in the big house. So that was really nice.
Did you realize it in the end zone, or did it take until you got maybe over to the sideline, like that just happened?
It wasn't really in the end zone. It was like I stepped in the end zone, and then I jumped up, and I was like, wait, I need to get down. And then when I was coming back down, everyone was like, good job, Drake. I was like, they only do this when people score. And I was like, wait, I just scored, so this makes sense.
I'm sorry, was there a point through the injury and everything else, and then maybe not getting as much playing time, that you thought you would ever get this chance?
I wouldn't say that. I think, everyone's always hopeful. Every game I'm just going to say, if the coaches put me in, that's wonderful. If they don't put me in, it happens like that. But at no point am I going to sit here and be like, oh, it's all about me. It's not about me. It's about, what's best for Michigan. And if it's this game, it's best for Michigan that I play, that's great. If it's best for Michigan that, Davion, Derek, or Justice plays, that's what needs to be done. And I'm, completely understanding and accepting of that.
Going to Pioneer, what were game days like as you were growing up here? And how often did you go to games? Who was your favorite running back?
My card, just out there. One of the reasons I chose 20. But, going from across the street, a lot of times, you score touchdowns when you're a Pioneer and you're running this way, so you see the giant, screen, the M. You're like, wow, it'd be, great to, score a touchdown in there. And then, today when it happened, I was like, this is actually happening, so I was kind of geeked about that.
Drake, your mom is in charge of the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So your mother, you benefited from.
Yeah, I mean, she was like, wait, I get to cheer my son on actually this time. But, no, I mean, when I was younger, she used to always take me to games, and I was kind of, a dumb little kid, so I'd, talk mess to the team on the sideline. So I'd be like, I'm going to play here. I'm going to be better than all of you. But, I mean, I was 8. So, I mean, what else do you expect from an 8-year-old? So, coming from being 8 to, 20 now and, playing here, it's, it's insane thinking now, 12 years later, I'm actually, the one playing.
Talk about hitting the hole. You seem to do that really well. You seem to find your hole and hit your hole.
Like I said earlier, whenever there is a hole, I'm just going to get as fast as I can through it, because if I'm going to sit here and jump around, I'm going to get hit. So, I don't want to get hit. I figure the more I run without getting hit, the farther I'm getting down the field. So, really, it's just hitting the hole as fast as I can, at any time I can.
What were your emotions sitting on the ledge there at the end, after the game was over with?
I'm not so much concerned with, me having a game as I am, Michigan winning the game. If, I have 5,000 yards rushing and we lose the game, then what does it matter, I'd much rather, us win than anything.
you emphasize the team mentality. How big will it be to carry this momentum from today's one into Northwestern next Saturday?
I think it's huge. I think, our team is, as I said, resilient. I think that we're always, trying to improve, and I think as the weeks go on, we're just going to keep trying to improve and keep trying to, implement game schemes to help us, against each upcoming opponent.
What's your mom's name?
Pam St. John.
Pam St. John?
Yeah.
Is her last name St. John?
Yeah.
Oh, how long has she been the cheerleading coach here?
Since before I was born, I want to say.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
she's been there for
Okay.
30 years. I mean.
Oh, okay.
Kind of grown up doing a Michigan thing.
Right, gotcha.